Good morning, students of class 10th. Again, I am here to teach you English literature. My dear students, today we will read the third poem from your book, The First Flight, and the poem's name is A Tiger in the Zoo by Leslie Norris. Leslie Norris was a prize-winning poet, and he was also a short story writer. His literary works have won many awards. My dear students, the poem A Tiger in the Zoo contrasts a tiger. This poem contrasts a tiger in the zoo with a tiger who is in its natural habitat, means in the forest. This poem moves from zoo to the forest, back again to the zoo from forest. My dear students, this poem provides a contrast in the mood and environment of a tiger when he is in the zoo and when he is in the forest. By this poem, the poet tries to express the miserable conditions of animals who are caged by the human beings for their own fun. So, my dear students, let us start this poem by reading. So, please look at the copy. Your poem's name is A Tiger in the Zoo by Leslie Norris. Okay, so let us read the first stanza. He stalks in his vivid stripes. My dear students, here he is used for the tiger. He is a personifying word. He is a personifying word and he is used for the tiger. So he stalks in his vivid stripes. The few steps of his cage. Vivid. What is the meaning of vivid? The meaning of vivid is bright colored. The few steps of his cage on pads. Here pad means paws of tiger. Pad means paws of tiger. Paws of tiger. Of velvet quiet. Velvet means something very soft material. In his quiet rage. Rage means anger. Rage means anger. Again read the first stanza. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage on pads of velvet white in his quiet rage. My dear students, the poet says that the tiger is confined in the zoo. The tiger is confined in the zoo. He is caged under his bright color. He is caged under his bright color. He further says that the tiger can take only few steps. The tiger can take only few steps because the cage is small. Because the cage is small and it is not very easy to move in it. One cannot hear the footsteps because he has very soft feet. He has very soft feet like velvet. The tiger tries to control his anger. The tiger tries to control his anger because he is not free. Because he is not free. So this was all about your first stanza. Now come to the second stanza. He should be lurking. What is the meaning of lurking, my dear students? To be hidden. To be hidden. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. Plump means fat. Plump means fat. Again read the whole stanza. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. So, in this stanza, the poet says that if the tiger was free, he would hid himself behind the long grass so that he could easily catch a fat deer. He could easily catch a fat deer in order to have it as the food. Again, listen the meaning of this stanza. The poet says that if the tiger was free, he would hide himself behind the long grass so that he could easily catch a fat deer in order to have it as the food. So it was all about your second stanza. Now come to the third stanza. He should be snarling around houses. What is the meaning of snarling, my dear students? Snarling means warning sounds made by animals. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, bearing his white fangs. What is the meaning of fangs? Fangs means teeth. Fangs means teeth. Sharp teeth of animal. Sharp teeth of animal. Normally we use fangs for animals. Bearing his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. Again read the third stanza. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, bearing his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. In this stanza, the poet says that if the tiger would have been free, he would have snarled around the bushes located at the outskirts of the forest. He would terrorize the people with his sharp teeth and claws. So this was all about your third stanza. The remaining two stanzas we will read in next video. Till then, bye and thank you.